Okay, so I just saw the trailer for AiLongNhai, I think they say. It's the spin-off of Tongho but like it's from a different company. But yeah, it's cool. It's really interesting. I wasn't really like giving much thought about it because I saw it and I was like, ooh, Mean is gonna be in there playing a lead role. I'm excited. He did a really good job playing Toll in Love by Chance season 2, and I was like, yes, go him. But then I saw that Portia Armor is gonna be in there. Portia's gonna be playing Mean's character's dad, and his dad has a husband or boyfriend, and I feel like some kind of problem with that in the trailer I saw. It's pretty interesting storyline. It's very different. But the boyfriend is being played by Arm, who is Portia's real life husband, and I've been following them since I saw Porsche play his role in Together With Me, the one with Max Tool, and I've watched their YouTube channel and stuff like that. I'm following them a little bit throughout the years, but they are such a sweet couple, and I'm excited for like actual gay representation in BL. If you know what I mean, like because a lot of the shows people that we watch in BL are straight men who plays these characters, and they're like, there's like a lot of issues within, I think, about like representation and stuff like that. And I'm glad that he has a role. I know it's a smaller role, but it's just so cool seeing Portia and Arm playing a couple that is like married and has a family and everything. I think it's very different from like other shows and stuff like that. I just finished watching episode 2 of AiLongNhai, and oh my gosh, I didn't expect this show to be this good. Like, I didn't have much expectation going into this show. I just really want to watch and support Portia Arm. But this show, the episode 2 was so amazing. It just felt so like real, and like I just feel like I can relate a lot to what Nai is feeling, like in the way of like being confused and not understanding his like sexual preferences and who he is. He like questioned his like gender a little bit too, which I know like he was just confused and stuff like that, and just like being confused and like especially the part where he like searched up like what it meant and stuff like that, and then like just like being like scared and stuff like that, and because he thought that he was like weird or like different, because like in like social norms have always put us in this category of being straight and being a male or a female, and then just like when these feelings come out and it's experienced, it's super confusing and just stuff like that, just like so like realistic, and he's just him questioning his sexuality and stuff like that. Like, I've always known that I was straight and like males, but my gender has always been like confusion for me and stuff like that, and it wasn't until recently where I figured out what my gender is and who I am as a person, and where my identity lays in the spectrum of genders and stuff like that. And it just like I could feel everything that's happening in this episode. It's just amazing. It's like well done, and just like him like confessing being scared that like yeah, it's a great episode. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, you should really watch it. And yeah, episode 3 of AiLongNhai. This show is getting better and better. Like I said it last week, just the things that they're talking about, the things that are getting handled is so well done. Like the acting, it's not the best in BL. Okay, it's very honest. Chemistry is pretty good, but just the way they're writing the story and the way portraying the character is so well done. Like I said this last week, the relatability of this show about like not like understanding his sexuality, figuring things out, is so relatable, and I think this is the reason why I'm so drawn to this show, other than the like bad-ish acting, okay-ish storyline. But yeah, and then like I just love that when like Nai like kicked I off the bed, and he's like, oh, I just realized like, oh, you're a guy, I'm a guy. Like he doesn't understand like this kind of like internalized like like in the setting where like he probably grew up, especially in Asia, where like being gay and being homosexual is very stigmatized there, that like he isn't aware, like, but for in his perspective, because he grew up with two dads, he understands it, so he's more accepting of it. But for Nye, it's not, and then A's very understanding about it, and let him take his time and stuff like that. But like at the same time, like I think comforting him, saying that, oh, this is not wrong and everything. It's like, this is normal. Like, you like me. It's fine. It's not a bad thing. And it's just so sweet. And I'm just super excited to see the development of Nye and his relationship and his feelings towards I, because you can tell that he likes him, but he's like isn't accepting it yet, because I feel like it's the way he grew up, especially if you like watch Chong Shorty. Like, the dad in that show is a very good representation of maybe possibly his background and his surrounding as he grew up. Okay, just finished episode 4 of AiLongNhai, and this show, I love this show so much. Okay, so if you guys haven't watched it, go watch this show. It's so good. It's on iQIYI. But this whole sequence of conversation between, oh, I forgot their name, and then with Nye, about like he's just like the way like he's like insecure and like just doesn't know how he's feeling. He's like confused, and just like talking about it, and he's giving like confidence. It's like saying that it's nothing wrong, that it's like, sexuality and stuff like that is like just words, and like it doesn't really mean anything and stuff like that. If you love somebody, just go for it. It's just so sweet, and I just love it so much. Like, just like the constant like reassurance and support that he's getting through his process by both A and this, I forgot their name, but yeah, from them, I love it. And then this part where they're like in the kitchen and they're talking about like chores, and like, oh, and he was Nye was like, oh, just the wife should be doing the housework, the laundry, so like that. And then A goes like, we live together, we're like, we should be equals, there's like no who does this, who does that. It's just like, we're equal, we should all be contributing to this house and stuff like that. I love it, love it, love it. And then finally, can we get, like, I don't know why they chose this car specifically. I know it's like an expensive sports car, and it's like to show that he's like, I is rich, but please get this man a SUV. He is like a skyscraper. No, both the actor Bean and I think his name is Ping, they are like 300 million feet tall, and they chose the lowest car possible for them to show this. Look at how he's struggling in it. He literally has like, his legs aren't gonna fit. Like, I don't know how it's fitting in this car. This car is so low. It's like so close to the ground, and both of them. And there's another scene where like he got lost, and I got lost, and this man is like bending down to talk to him, and like I just like, oh my god, you're back, sir. I feel so sorry for Ping. But get them a bigger car, like a taller one, an SUV, like, a little bit above the road, because these two are struggling. These two are so fucking tall. But yes, once again, love this show so much. I have 2 more things, because I have so much things to say about this episode. Having the GPS on the person you like and a partner is a little creepy, a little bit of a red flag, stalkerish, if I had to say so. But I think doing this with 9 is pretty smart, because this man keeps getting lost. He has 0 sense of direction, and I don't know where he will go, and I don't know how he would survive the past few years. Like, sir, he even like the store next to the university, he can get lost. Smart. You're kind of smart about this, because this man can't survive without you anymore. Also, he is so delusional sometimes about this thing. Nye, just keep believing that you haven't lost this duck at least 10,000 times. I'm in my car, it's raining outside. I came here because I was literally about to fall asleep in class, and I was like, I'm gonna take a 20-minute nap. So I did take a 20-minute nap, and now I'm like kind of awake but still kind of tired, and I still have a few minutes before my next class, and I'm not getting out of the car because it's freezing cold. And the buildings in my school are cold as well, so we're gonna stay here because it's warm. But I did watch earlier today AiLongNhai episode. I like skimmed through it because I don't really have like the time, 45 minutes to watch the whole thing, so I skipped some of the boring parts. But based on my first review, I'm gonna watch it a little bit more tonight. But based on my first review, I didn't do one last week because I was like so busy, but it was a nice episode. I really like how we got eyes, like like kind of like thoughts about like how he's like perspecting on this relationship that he's having with Nine and stuff like that. And like just like Nine says, like saying that he like likes him now, like he's like confident in his relationship and like that love, and he's like accepting himself a little more, which like really, it was cool to see. And also like I was like, I'm not gonna force you to say anything that you don't want to say. I don't want to. And also he doesn't want to like do things. He doesn't want to also like get let down, because like he does love Nine a lot, and like he like doesn't want to be hurt. And then so like after like that whole scene where like they were like kind of like, I was trying to like run away or like move back to his dorm and everything, and it's like that feeling, it's nice, it's cool. I'm just like, this show has been so good, and I know that's gonna be kind of get ruined soon because of the mother, because we know that the mother's coming, and I'm like, I'm just not ready for it. And then I did find the translations to read the novel, so I'm probably gonna read, but I feel like the person who was translating it said like there's a lot of like cussing and stuff like that, so I'm like, I'm not ready, but it's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna read the novel soon when I have time, probably this weekend. But also I'm sorry, Tong's homophobia is showing. His homophobia is showing. Like, it's more subtle in this, which I like better. But because it was so, like, in your face in Tong Ho Shou and Tea, which I hated. I guess the reason why I hated the show is because he's just the things he says, like, itched me the wrong way, which I knew he was homophobic. So, like, just the way they're doing it, it's so much better. Like, I hated Tong Ho Shou and Tea. But I love the actor so much. So, like, I watched it. But like in this show, like I just love how there's like a subtle, it's like subtly hinted, and I really hope they change it where like he like changes his mind right away and stuff like that. But Tong's homophobia is showing. It's showing. AiLongNhai episode 7 review. One thing I'm very curious about is, why do they always have their shirts off after they fall asleep? Like, how do they magically remove their shirt in their sleep? Because when Nine was like on the couch sleeping and sick, the next scene, when he wakes up, his shirt is off. And then when they're at Nine's house, they were all sleeping with their clothes on, right? And then both of their shirts came off. Like, what happened in the middle of the night? What happened? But yeah, but like overall this episode was really cute. I love Nine's development, where he told his dad that he's in a relationship and stuff like that. And then like, you know, Nine knows that his friends are gonna ask questions. They're like, yeah, you know, tell them if they were curious and stuff like that, you know. I see his development. What else? Oh, Tone's character is so different. Like the whole thing is so different from Toho and Sholati, which I love. I've never read the novel. I'm gonna read the novel soon, but I don't know. I wonder if it's like closer to the actual novel, because I know that when GMM TV took on the show, it was heavily like changed to like be the way it is, and I didn't really like it the way they changed it, but I really loved AiLongNhai right now. So the way they're going, I'm interested to see them. Like, we're like halfway done. I'm interested to see like how the mothers can get involved in the whole thing with the fathers. I'm missing Portia and Arm, so can't wait to see them again. But overall, this episode was cute. Them, oh my god, the way like they were like sleeping together on Nine's bed at his house. Oh, so cute. One of my favorite scenes. Oh, another thing I just remembered is that I love Tone's character a lot, because like instead of him being homophobic like the other show, he like the way he's like doing, like they're portraying Tone's character is like, instead of like, oh, hating on their relationship because it's been two guys, instead he's like very like protective of Nine. So he's like, do you actually have feelings? Are you gonna be serious with him? And yada yada yada, and all that whole sequence of conversations they had. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a good friend. So better than the other one.